and welcome back to my channel. This is Tanya at Sidekick Crafts, and I am doing a tutorial for you today on making flowers. I have been busy this morning making flowers out of different fabrics that I found here at the house and different items. This was a scarf that I picked up at the thrift store, and I actually used the edge of that scarf. Where is it? That looks like this. It's already fringed. And I wrapped it around. We're not going to be making this one together today because I know not everybody has that in their stash, but I just want to point out that you can find different materials around your home or pick them up very inexpensively to make these. And I thought that was a cute idea. I think I like how it turned out. You could also start with putting a bead or something in the middle of it and wrapping it around. This one was a ponytail holder given to me by Miss Kimberly England, who is creating contentment here on YouTube, and I just put a bead in the middle. So thank you, Kimberly, for this. This is gorgeous. I love it. That's the first thing I thought of was, oh, it needs to be a flower. So again, a hair scrunchie, something simple like that, and just put a bead in the middle and hey, it's a flower because I said so. So it's perfect and I love it. Thank you so much. This one, I was watching a tutorial yesterday trying to come up with some easy ways to make some flowers that were beautiful. Again, I used Miss Kim's button in the middle of this. And I love how this one turned out too. Super cute, and it's fairly flat, so you would be able to use it in lots of different ways. It doesn't have to be, it wouldn't be too bulky to maybe put in a journal or something like that. And then with the scraps, I actually had an end that I didn't use. I made a full little carnation looking looped flower. So I'm going to show you how to make these two today. Okay, so first what we're going to do, we're going to get some remnants of fabric, and I'm using the same pink, cut it into a strip. I think this is about maybe 2 inches. I burned my finger this morning. It's coming up on a blister and I'm feeling it. Burned it on my glue gun, you guys. 2 inches, perfect. So I didn't measure this. I didn't measure it at all. It just happens to be exactly what I thought it was. So depending how wide you make this, you're going to be folding it in half. So that's going to determine your petal width. So depending on how big you want your flower, you need to look at that, and it's going to determine how big your flower is. And then the length of it, I've got more than I need. You probably want to start out with at least 12 inches, I guess, if you want to make a flower this size. And this is about 3.5 inches. So that's about right. So first thing you're going to do is with your strip, you're going to put dobs of glue, hot glue, if I plugged this back in, and I did not, so it's not hot, darn it. But that's okay, it'll just take a minute. And we're going to fold it in half, so it'll be about 1 inch wide. Get some of that glue out of there. Give it just a second. I hope everybody's doing well today. Staying busy. What day is today? Today is Wednesday, because yesterday was chicken at work. We do that on Tuesdays. Isn't that funny how you look at events from the day before to know what day today is? All right, so this looks like it's getting there. My gun gets really hot, therefore blisters. I probably should have, I shouldn't have stuck my finger in it as soon as I squirted the glue out. That's what I should have done. So be careful. Be careful with that. Of course, I probably don't have to say that. All right, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue. It doesn't have to be perfect, just little spots to help hold this. You could do if you could do a running stitch with this if you feel like sewing it. You could actually do all of this with sewing, but this is faster and it's easier, and I think more people probably will be able to do this. So if you're not a sewer, this works really well, but depending on what you have in your craft room, you can choose. So there are options. So we're just going to fold this in half, and then what we're going to do, and again, I'm not a measurer, is we are going to cut loops in it. Now, I already did part of this, so it's going to look like I'm not really doing much, but I didn't want to keep you on camera watching me snip my fabric because, you know, that could be boring. So I just left a little bit. And again, I'm not measuring, but I want to go down most of the way to the glue. So don't want to cut all the way through. These might be about 1/4 inch maybe wide, but again, it's going to depend on how big you want your loops. So if you want big fat loops, you want to go further apart. If you want skinny loops, tiny loops like the ones I did, then you'll want to go about 1/4 inch or so. I mean, I guess you could do more. You just want to make sure that you got enough to work with. All right, and I'll go a little faster. And again, it doesn't matter if they're perfect. You know, this is kind of a shabby chic kind of look, kind of feel to it. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I think I like that style because it doesn't have to be perfect. You guys, I don't know why I'm shaking this morning. What is going on? My hand is shaking and I don't know why. Caffeine? I don't know. Maybe I need caffeine. I've been working, today will be my 6th day in a row, and my job is pretty physical, so my arms are tired right now. I was feeling it last night, definitely, when I came home, so I think that's part of why I'm shaking. All right, so next we're going to, out of the same, well, I use the same color fabric. I think it'll probably look best, especially if you have any gappage in here by accident or otherwise. Use the same fabric and cut a circle. This is about I think this is a 1.5 inch circle, and I cut this out as just a template and then cut the fabric out. We don't need the template after that. We just need the fabric. We're going to start at the outer edge. Like I did, I wanted to do some of this before I got on camera, so you didn't have to sit through it. And just kind of put a little bit of glue here, and that's where we're going to start. We're just going to put that on there, and we're going to, as we glue, we're going to turn this and turn the fabric with it so it goes in a circle. This is not a new idea, you guys, just so you know. I did not invent this. I'm just showing you. Ooh, I just hit that blister with glue again. Ouch. All right. So just turn it, and you're going to have some folds and imperfections. That's okay. That's all right. Some of you might, some of you might like things a little bit more uniform and perfect, and that's okay. You can do that too. Just measure it. Just measure it how you want to, and you do you. They're all going to turn out different, and it's going to be gorgeous no matter what. So, and just have a different look to it. That's okay too. I'm not a measurer usually. So, I mean, sometimes you have to, but that's not usually how I do things. Drives my dad crazy when he's trying to teach me woodwork. Drives him crazy because I'm just like, go for it, Dad. And he's like, no, you got to measure. And with wood, you absolutely do. When you're making projects that are 3D and things have to match up and, measure twice, cut once is an important rule in woodwork and carpentry. So he is very much about measuring carefully. And I drive him crazy because I'm like, no, just cut it right here. This is what you want to do. He's like, wait, what? No. So I know everybody's work is different, and that's okay. That's what makes us unique and special. All right. So we're just going to keep going around and around and around. And these are pretty quick, really. As you see, it comes together pretty quickly. So you're just going to spiral all the way into the middle. If I have a little glue sticking out, that's okay, because it's going to get covered up by the next row. Kind of squishing that. Gosh, this glue is so stringy. Are they all like this? This one is, I'm using Dollar Tree glue, and it feels really stringy. I don't know if they're all that bad. I haven't used any other glue for a while, so. There we go. And again, just kind of manipulate it into that circle. It's going to want to knot because, you know, it's fabric. But we can manipulate it and get it to do what we want it to do because it's fabric. All right. Super easy. Kids could do this. You just want to make sure that they're okay with the glue gun. Or they could sew it, you know. It's a fun project. Oops, that loop kind of wants to fold under. I'm going to pull that back out. Again with the strings, my goodness. All right, just keep spiraling towards the center. Almost there. Glue. All right, let's see here. There we go. Almost done. And this is going to kind of start coming up a little bit, which is perfect. Oops, I'm sorry, I hit the camera. Right into the middle. And then just kind of squish it in there. Squish is a real word, right? One more time. My glue gun is fussy. Okay. All the way down there. Okay, and then we're just going to cut this edge off, or this rest of this off. We're going to keep this. Hold on to this. If you have extra, hold on to it. Because we're going to make the next one real quick, because that's going to be our extra. Now, I already have one with a yellow center, so I'm going to use a blue one. Miss Kim was generous and gave me these beautiful buttons, and I want to use them. They're so cute. I love the colors too. Isn't that cute? All right. And just put some glue in there and there. You could use a fancy button, something with some sparkle, some rhinestone, whatever you want. I like these because this fabric looks so homespun that the hominess of and the simple buttons make me happy when I see this. Then we're just going to kind of hold your button down in the center and then just kind of scratch. Use your fingernails and kind of scratch up the edges here. You'll see the threads are coming up, which is the shabby chic part. Of course, if you like it perfect, if you've measured and want it to be pristine, then you don't want to do this. But this will fray the edges of your fabric and make it look a little shabby. Isn't that cute? I love it. All right, so there it is. There's our flower. Super easy. Again, it's not real thick, so you can use it in a journal or, you could put it in an envelope. Anything. You could put it on a card. It would actually fit really well on a card, probably. So there you go. There you have it. Now, we do have scrap left, so what do we do with that? It's not going to be enough to make another one of those. So what I did was I wrapped it. So just put a little glue to start on the end here and fold it over. Watch your fingers, guys. This is hot. And then just keep doing that. Just roll it. And then every little bit, just add a little bit of glue. Can you guys see me? A little touch of glue. and kind of pinch the ends so that they stay together, and your flower bud's going to start really quick. Just watch those fingers. This is where I burnt myself, so yeah, somebody needs to take away my glue gun today. I've been really clumsy lately. It might be, you know, working so much. It might be something like that. I dropped something at work the other day. I felt so bad. But it happens, you know. And then I'm holding the petals because I don't want them to accidentally get into that glue and get glued down. I want them to stay up at the top. And again, this does roll up pretty quickly. And that glue will just help. Again, you can use needle and thread with this too. You just you know, just start sewing it down. You can use whip stitches and sew the pieces together, but this is so much faster, so much easier. Ooh, it would be cute. Oh, I'll have to try that. You could do a running stitch and gather it. I wonder how that would turn out. I bet that would be really cute. I'll have to try that later. I don't want to keep you guys on here too long while I experiment. But if it turns out cute, I'll bring it back to you and show you. I'm sure it would. Probably look totally different. I love fabric flowers. They're so pretty. Like I said, not a new concept, but I'm bringing it to you. I'm going to share what I'm learning. And I actually watched a video on this last night. Well, on the first one. And I'll be sure, I don't remember who it was that that made them. I think it's a fairly old video, but I will link that, excuse me, in the description box so you guys can see that too. See where I got my inspiration from. I apologize, I don't remember who it was at the moment, but I'll look back in my history and find it for you. I'm in no way taking credit for designing these. This one, I will say that I may not have designed it, but I thought up this one on my own after I made the other one. I'm like, what am I going to do with this extra fabric? Oh, I have an idea. So this is what I did with it. And it turned out cute. Okay, as I get to the end, now we're going to have this big old flat, gummy, gluey stuff at the end, and we don't want that. So what I'm going to start doing, and the petals are all kind of in the middle right now, we want this to start laying a little bit more flat. So what we're going to do as we get to the end here is start putting the glue way up here on the top, on the very edge, and start wrapping this way. So it's going to go more to the middle of the it. So these petals start coming out. So they start flattening out is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Get that pebble out of the way. We'll pull all the gluey strings off in a minute as soon as we get there. So just start gluing that edge, and it's going to wrap around and it's going to start getting flat. And it's going to start covering up that bottom, which is what we want. I mean, the bottom's not going to matter that much anyway if it's going to be glued down or such, but this will make it a lot simpler and cleaner. And the petals will go out like a real flower. See how it's covering that edge, that bottom part. I'm closing it off. There we go. And then at the end, I'm just going to squeeze this on. And we've got this cute little flower. Looks like a little carnation to me. So oops, my finger's stuck in there. Squeeze it all together at the bottom. And when you squeeze it, it'll help those flowers pop a little bit more, or those petals to pop a little bit more too. There we go, and it's all closed off. So then again, you can leave it like it is. Give me just a second, guys. I gotta get this glue off my fingers. You can leave it like it is, so it's not all fringy. Or if you want to shabby that chic up, you can do it like we did before, and just, you know, fluff it. Use your fingernails. It'll help get those threads out. Just rough it up. Shabby that chic. Super cute. There you go. There's your little flower. So not too shabby. I love the idea. I love how these all are going to be a little bit different. They turned out super cute, I think. So tell me what you think in the comments and let me know. If you try it, I definitely want to see. So I hope you're all having a great day. This is it for me for now. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.